just got a brief look at what's next in the Divinity universe, Dragon Commander, which is a different style of game. Can you tell us a little bit what the premise is for the new game?
So Dragon Commander is a game in which you take on the role of a young dragon knight, and his father, who is a king, is being murdered for opposing a new religion, let's call it that way. And so he's going to have to take revenge and free the lands actually from this new religion. So to do that, he's going to have to build fleets, he's going to have to research new technology, he's going to have to lead in combat, but he's also going to have to engage in diplomacy and politics, and he'll have to take the occasional romantic decision.
There's a lot of there's a mix of elements here that's at play. There's the strategic layer, the map, the sort of the risk-like structure, and then there's the real-time combat where you're actually in full control of your dragon as well. And then on top of that, there's a card system in play as well. Could you talk us through the gameplay mechanics?
Okay, so the game is played turn by turn, and the idea is that in each turn you have to make a couple of decisions. You have to make decisions about morale on board of the ship, like you would be doing if you would be playing Star Trek, if you want, or watching Star Trek at least. You need to figure out how you're going to spend your money. Will you buy upgrades for your dragon? Will you buy upgrades for your fleet? Will you buy new units? Then you have to figure out the politics. Who are you going to attack? Who are you going to try to get an alliance with? You will often be presented political decisions that you have to make, and those will have an impact on the game. Now, all of these decisions that you're making, they have an impact in terms of favors that you get from people or things that they owe you, and that takes the form of a card. So that's where that card mechanic comes from. And then you move on to the strategic map where you say, okay, we're going to attack with our army these countries, or we're going to strengthen the defenses over here, and you can play those cards. So you can say, okay, well, I'll use this card here to get an extra advantage. Then the game moves into combat mode, and in combat it's really it's like a home world if you want, because you get this 3D RTS control. You have a top-down tactical map to get a quick overview. From each of these modes you can issue commands to your fleet, and then whenever you want you can actually jump into the fray by becoming the dragon and helping your fleet. And then it's really up to your personal preference. Do you want to focus more on your dragon? Do you want to focus more on your fleet? And that personal preference will probably also translate in how you made your technological choices. What technology will you acquire? Will I buy new jetpacks for my weapon, extra upgrades for my dragon, sorry, or will I just invest in the fleet? So it's really playable in multiple ways.
So how do you go about designing such an open way? Because because you never know where players are going to focus. How do you create the balance in the battles and sort of? Because the AI needs to be pretty good if someone is controlling the dragon at all times.
Very well spotted, yeah. So that is a constant iteration for us. I mean, we are inventing or discovering new things about the game every day, and it's a progress that just continues. I mean, the balancing, there's no magical recipe. We have to play it, we have to see this is wrong, this is right, we keep what's right, we kill what's wrong, and we move on. So if you see, one day we'll post a video where you see all of the iterations after one another, you'll be surprised about the growth process of this game.
And you also have multiplayer. Can you tell us something about the structure of that?
So multiplayer can be played in two modes. The first mode will take you at least a weekend, because that's campaign mode. So you're literally playing like a full campaign on the map against each other. So it's pretty big, but it's cool if you have a couple of friends you want to do that. And then you have skirmish modes where you're just going to pick a number of scenarios and you're going to start combating one another.
And the campaign mode, it mirrors the decisions and everything you do in the single player game?
In the multiplayer it's different because we remove some of the story elements. You still have the card and the political thing going on and the strategic thing, but you don't have all the story angles because there's a single player storyline behind it also, because that would be boring, because that's...
You just wait for another player.
Exactly, but I mean the board game part of it is still very much important, because that's really, and influencing the politics everywhere, that's also has a very big importance in multiplayer.
And when are you planning to bring it out, and what platforms is it coming to?
We're currently scheduling to release it beginning of 2013. We'll see if it's done. If it's not done, it'll be a bit later. Currently confirmed platforms are PC and Mac.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.